Party time! When it's time to party, we will party hard.
Now, we're going to do a quiet intro for Bones Luck of the Week. Oh, no. Oh, it's playing.
You already fucked it up.
I know. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I can just move this one around. And for whatever your segment's called, Fade, I think it's called Fade Chris. Is that what it is? Hashtag Fade Chris?
You should probably not bet on anything I tell you to.
Probably not. Most likely.
Except for that 1 week where you don't fade me.
Yes, there's always 1 week.
I'm going to dominate it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's bring up, I'm going to make 5 picks a week, every major conference.
How'd you do last week, Bones?
We're talking about last week. Oh, are we sure?
How'd you do? Well, I mean, I just want to hold you accountable since I didn't make any picks last week.
We don't
I want to hold you
people
accountable.
Okay.
How'd you do? I just want to, what was your record last week?
1 for 4. So
1 and 4. Not 1 for 4.
1 and 4.
1
sorry.
for 4 implies that you only got 3 wrong.
1 for 5. 1 and 4. Damn it. The only one I got right, and I'm going to say fuck you to a lot of teams here, is Houston at plus 24. And they covered that spread pretty handily. Toledo, Kentucky. Kentucky got pretty lucky there.
Don't know why you bet on Toledo.
Well, they went to the Toledo was up 14-0 at one point, and then went into the half tied 14-14. I'm like, this isn't great. And then Kentucky just took over and easily covered the 11.5 spread. Also, Oregon, Auburn. Oregon was up 21 points at one point.
They were also up with like 14 seconds left.
Yep. And they blew the 4-point spread. I took them at plus 4.
Go Auburn.
So those are 2 kind of rough losses.
Would you say that the duck got cucked?
Auburn and Alabama, I just got to stop. Out of conference, when they have like 30-point or more favorite spreads, they just fucking cover. Every time I bet on them, I always get it wrong. And I got it wrong again. And Clemson covered by 2. I knew at the beginning of the game. It was 14-0 with like 10 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm like, how's that possible? That means they're
incredible.
Kickoff return, and then they stole the ball. They picked it off and scored a touchdown, 14-0.
They look like a powerhouse.
Not great. So this week, I think my picks are going to be a little better.
I hope so.
You should probably fade me, though, because I went 1 for 4. Pac-12, we're going to go with Stanford at USC.
Okay.
USC just lost their starting quarterback for the year.
Ankle injury, I believe. Right?
That's correct. And Stanford has a pretty damn good defense, and they're 3.5-point underdogs. This is at the
Cardinal.
Line might have moved, but this is at opening. So 3.5-point underdogs. I'm going to take Stanford. SEC, I'm taking New Mexico State versus Alabama. Alabama is 54-point favorites. I think it was 54.5, 53.5 at opening. So that's what it was between DraftKings and FanDuel. I'm just going to take them at 54. Alabama minus 54. I think they're going to they didn't have 4 starters playing the first quarter. They don't sit people in the fourth quarter in this game. They're going to murder this team.
Okay.
So I think they win by like 60 plus. LSU, Texas.
Go Tiger, go.
This line has moved heavily. It's like LSU minus 6.5 now.
Yeah, which
opening
just
line is 4.5.
It opened at 4.5. Yeah.
I'm going to take LSU minus 4.5. Big 12.
Do you take him at 6.5?
Well, I already took him at 4.5.
I'm asking, do you take him at 6.5 also?
Might as well. I mean, everyone Texas has been overranked for like the past 10 years.
Are they back? Is Texas back?
Last year they had a good year, but I don't think they played these games. They didn't play the LSU's, the SEC powerhouse teams.
Go Tiger, go. It's tough to beat Coach O.
It is. It is. ACC, we're going to go with Miami versus UNC. At Mac Brown, basically. At Mac Brown. Mm-hmm. So old Texas coach, don't bet on Texas, right? Miami is 5.5-point favorites at UNC. I think they played Florida really well. They probably should have won the game. I like them at minus 5.5, and that's an opening. I don't know what they are now. Hopefully it's minus like 10.5 because that would mean that's a really good bet to take at opening. And then now it's time for Bones Lock of the Week, a.k.a. Blow. we know we like a little bit of blow.
Feel it in my heart. Don't just feel it in my heart. No, I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones.
And for the Lock of the Week, it's a Big Ten game. Iowa Rutgers.
Ooh, a real barn burner.
Iowa is minus 20. Everyone's like, well, Rutgers scored some points last week. I'm like, they are going to get fucking beat the fuck up by Iowa.
You know you're bad when it's a compliment that you scored a point.
Yeah, they were like, we were shocked they scored. They were down 21-0. I don't even, what was the team? I can't remember who the fuck it was. An awful, god-awful team. And they were down 21-0 to them in the first quarter. And they came back and they didn't let them score a point.
Fordham?
Maybe. And they won 49-21. So they did score a lot of points. But Iowa, it's at Kinnick, so it's in Iowa, and Rutgers is miserable against the Big Ten.
The worst.
Have they won a game against anyone in the Big Ten other than like maybe
Illinois, maybe, or Indiana,
yeah,
like
Illinois.
one of those shitty
Illinois
ass
hasn't been good
teams.
forever. So that's my lock of the week.
I dig it. Am I up?
You are up, friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, call up the landlord. Tell him you're going to pay the rent late on Monday, or
You didn't win.
Or you could present him with the investment of a lifetime. 6 picks from the 6th borough from me, Z. Follow me to bankruptcy. Before we get started, I want to tell you that I'm not a big numbers guy. I pretty much just go with my gut. It's a large gut. Trust it. First up, our almost heaven.
Do you speak these into your phone and then like have it write it out for you so you know it sounds good when you read it?
Oh, no, I don't. I
you just
I had
read
a lot
exactly,
of coffee today.
Yeah, you just read exactly what you wrote down. Okay.
First up is our almost heaven lock of the week. Take me home. It's the closest thing we'll get to the afterlife here on Earth. We're going to take the L.A. Rams -3. They'll be on the road near the Blue Ridge Mountains against the Carolina Panthers. Sean McVay will be your country mama this
Can you
week
stop yelling?
because he's going to take you home with tons of cash in your pocket down those sweet country roads. Why do we like L.A.? Glad you asked. Carolina finished last year 1-7. No, we don't care about numbers. Cam Newton's arm is a noodle. That's all you need to know. I'm putting 2 units on the LA Rams at -3. Next up,
What are units?
whatever you want them to be, Bones.
So what are your units?
My units, for the sake of this podcast, will be $100. $100 each.
$100 each.
That's going to be for the sake of the podcast. Next up, our weekly teaser, a.k.a.
Why are you
the
screaming?
thick pick of the week,
Why are you screaming?
because a little extra never hurts. We're teasing Indy up to 12.5 on the road against the Chargers. We're teasing the Texans up to 12.5 on the road against New Orleans.
Teasing Indy. Oh, you're teasing. Okay.
Why, do you ask? Ask me why, Bones. This is the classic win one for the Gipper for the Colts, a tribute to Andrew Luck.
He's not the Gipper. You can't
They
call him
are-
the Gipper. He's like fucking 27. You can't call him
It's the
Gipper.
game they're going to get up for. They're on the quote-unquote road against the Chargers, who have the same home field advantage of the house I grew up in. No one in my family lives there anymore, Bones. They all moved to Florida to get away from me. Houston, I'm all in on them this year. Drew Brees, he's 1 sack away from that birthmark on his face turning cancerous. 1 unit on the tees. Our parlay of the week, aptly named the Owl. Oh.
Hoot.
God, I'm good at being an owl.
Why do we call it the Owl? Because one will probably lose.
That's another nickname for me, the owl. Because I jumped on a table at a bar and started hooting. Hoot, hoot.
One of these will probably lose. That's the confidence I want to inspire in you. That empty feeling when 2/3 of your parlay hits. We're taking 3 money lines. Philly at home against Washington. Seattle at home against Cincy. And Baltimore on the road versus Miami. If you're a betting man, and I am, Baltimore will probably blow this because it's too good to be true. Add those 3 up. A delicious 3-team parlay. 1 unit. Plus 101. Next up, our underdog of the week, a.k.a. the cuck of the week. Oh, I got to get this audio better.
Hello. Yeah? I'm here for the gangbang.
We're taking the Atlanta Falcons plus 164 on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Fun fact, as a child, I called the Vikings the Wipies because I thought their logo was a moist bottom wipe. That has nothing to do with why I'm betting on the Falcons, but it also has everything to do with it. I'm going to leave you with a quote from the wise Adam Baker to put you at ease with the with our cuck of the week.
Oh, you thought it was the blow, huh?
Who are the Falcons? Throw a unit on the Falcons. Next up,
Which is $100.
correct.
That's 1 unit.
Next up is my Guma of the week. This is the bet that I really like, but not enough to come meet my mother.
To come with your mother?
We're gonna keep this.
What
bet.
is that? Excuse me. You're
This
coming with
this
your
is
mother.
the bet that I really like, but not enough to come and meet my mother. We're gonna keep her on the down low. This little bet. We're taking the Tampa Bay Devil Ray Buccaneers to score over 25.5 points against the 49ers. One reason and one reason only. Bruce Arians. Throw a unit on the Bucks and don't let too many people know about her because she's your Guma. Last but not least, our CKPP of the week, our Christian Kirk player prop.
You can spin a dreidel with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock.
Both Jewish. There isn't even a line out yet because the props haven't come out yet. But you will be taking the over catches for Albert Wilson and the over catches for Christian Kirk.
What if it's like 12?
You're taking the over
Okay.
no matter what because Christian Kirk, mark my words, will be a top 5 wide receiver this year in the air raid offense.
Fade that so hard.
Why Albert Wilson? Who is Albert Wilson? Well, I'm going to actually give you a stat. Ryan Fitzpatrick throws to his slot receiver 24% of the time. League average is 19%. Where does Wilson play?
I would assume he's a wideout.
He plays in the slot.
Oh yeah.
Bam!
Fuck. I guess I assumed wrong.
Don't know which one is it either, but we're throwing a unit on each, on one, on both. Let's even parlay them if you're feeling feisty. Those are my 6 picks, Bonesy, and I hope that you are as financially unstable as I am afterwards.
Take me home.
When it's time to party, we will party hard.